If you're not here, you're not in the game, right? Because all your buyers are here, suppliers are here, the educational sessions, you get to hear what's happening, you know what's trending, what's happening in the world. And if you're not here, you're missing out on everything.
GBTA has enabled me to grow my professional network through many ways, through educational sessions or through network opportunities like we're having today and through this next 3 days.
Welcome to the inaugural GBTA WINIT Gala Awards Dinner.
WINIT for Women is focused on 3 things: the visibility, development, and mobility of women in the travel, events, meetings, and exhibitions industries.
Mick Lee started the organization after 30 years in corporate travel. She realized that everyone was talking about the fact that women did not have possibilities and engagement and possibility in C-level positions in the travel industry. And so she said, let's stop talking and complaining about it and let's do something about it.
We have dealt with tough economic times before. During my tenure at Marriott, we've had 2. We've had the tech bubble bursting in 2001, and then quickly behind it 9/11 and the impact of that on travel. And then we had, of course, the Great Recession in 2009 at its depths, but really 2008 to 2010, very tough time with revenue at comparable hotels in the second instance down about 25% around the world. We're running now something more like minus 90%. And so whatever we thought was difficult then has been magnified many times.
We're a 62-year-old business. We're a privately held company. I'm the 3rd generation of the Taylor family to work for the business. So we've seen a lot of things over time, whether it's an economic cycle, a natural disaster, 9/11, but nothing could have prepared us for this pandemic and the velocity at which it came.
I'm pretty sure that when I retire someday, hopefully long in the future, but then when I retire someday, I'll look back on this as the period that, feel like, made the most difference.
I have committed to myself that I'm going to work really, really hard to, excuse me for a minute. It's just tough. I'm committed to bring these people back as soon as business resumes, and we're going to work really hard at it.
I think if you had one word to talk about the recovery, it would be uneven. And the downturn has really been uneven. Different segments of the industry have been impacted differently. Different industries have been impacted at different rates. And you're seeing the same thing in the travel industry. Certain segments doing better than others, both when it comes to air travel, we see it with hospitality and hotels, and I think that's going to continue to be a narrative moving forward.
When I think about women, I think about the broader marketplace and the size of what that audience is and how vital they are to our business. So the bottom line is that women drive great business outcomes.
We've never seen a time like this with travel buyers being so central to the to returning to travel and creating that infrastructure.
I've heard people say business travel will never return. I don't believe that. I think it's going to take a little while, but everything we've seen historically when there has been something like the 9/11 or some tragedy, or when the economy has fallen apart, we always say, well, we're just going to have to go virtual, and we always come back to face-to-face.
And so I think what you're seeing is, the virtual pivot is there. It's going to be a permanent part of our landscape. But what it does is think of it like an arrow in your quiver. Before you had kind of one arrow in person, people didn't do that much virtual. Now you have 3, which is in person, virtual, and hybrid. And between them, I think it's going to drive more event attendance, especially physical, and make them more effective. And so then I think that we're going to actually see an increase in the mid to long term. So we're pretty excited about that.
This is an extraordinary time in the history of business travel. Worldwide, the COVID-19 pandemic, coupled with the economic downturn, has so many of our member companies scrambling to survive. With ready, safe travel, our principal goal is to grow public awareness around the economic necessity of a thriving business travel industry. So the Ready Safe Travel campaign will engage members to tell the story of the value of business travel to the world economy. I mean, you're the voice. We will be providing the data, talking points, and storytelling opportunities to keep business travel top of mind for the public, key stakeholders, and elected officials. With Ready Safe Travel, all of us together can help this industry get back on its feet physically and psychologically.